Oh man, I'm excited about today, Eric. I'm telling you, there's a
Yeah,
ton of stuff down in this notes,
yeah, there is for sure.
dude. 7 pages, 7 pages of notes. We got to get to it, guys. Welcome to the Drag Driver Pete News presented by Summit Racing for the middle of July. Can you believe it? July 18th, 2026. Y'all, Short Circuit 2026 registration is open. The buzzing from my phone is insane the last 2 days. We've got Big Sky Race Week results. Dragzine, $10,000 drag shootout chooses two drag and drive teams. I'm so excited about that. We've got heads up hustle updates and a bunch more drag and drive news and entertainment coming your way right now. Mr. Eric White, hit the intro video for us, sir.
Let's go.
All right, guys, let's do this thing. Drag Driver Pete News, presented by Summit Racing for July 18th, 2026. My name is Mike Narks. I'm the host of this episode and the show that happens Wednesday night. And Eric, I know you didn't see this message, but I'm going to tell you this right now. The man, the fastest man in Australia, fastest drag and drive guy in Australia is coming on the show Wednesday night. And the team from All Stars Drag and Drive is interested in being our guest. So I think we just do 90 minutes and have an Aussie takeover. What do you think?
I am in.
Perfect. All right. Well, good. Well, we're doing that. Mr. Eric White, tell them what you got going on, dude.
I am Eric White, co-host of the show and news, and working through some sick summer photos. Was talking to you a little bit about that before the show here. Uh, man, I don't go to a ton of events, but when I do, I get tons of photos, and just trying to figure out how to stay up on top of all that stuff is wild. It's
Oh,
it
dude.
sounds way easier until you start getting into it, and I'm like, man, next event is already coming up when, and I've got 8,000 more photos to get through.
Yeah, I mean, we're less than 60 days from Drag Week. Actually, Drag Week will be over in 60 days. So we have 53 days until Drag Week. Between then, you have two or possibly three other events, and you have stuff from Six Summer.
Yep. So
Crazy, crazy.
always busy. So just keep hammering out photos when I can.
I tell you what, that's the way it works, man. All right, well, I want to say hi to everybody this morning, and just want to say thanks to our race car friends, y'all. Listen, the last week we've been messaging so many people. Like when I go back and look at for a message, it's crazy. I bet I get 20 a day this last week. It's been absolutely insane. So I just want to say thank you guys. We've had a ton of updates from our friends at Big Sky Race Week. Everybody was sending me photos and videos. I appreciate you so much because that allows us to then post and drive attention towards Big Sky Race Week. So that was awesome. A big shout out to Jesse Fox for sending badass photos every day. And then, of course, y'all hit the share button as we jump in here and do this thing because great show here. We got to get rolling. I got to quit talking. Thank you to our sponsors, right? Okay. These folks, we can't do it without them. If you are shopping, please go hit these folks up. Summit Racing, our title sponsor here at the show and news, plus at the circuit. Deechworks, of course, Racer Party sponsor at the circuit and title sponsor at the short circuit. Appreciate them. Molly Motorsports, big brand ambassador here for us, and Driven Racing Oil, another brand sponsor here at Drag Driver Pete. We appreciate Driven so much. And I'm trying to get through Memphis in the next coming months because, dude, I got to sit down and talk to those guys. We got to eat pizza and do an after hours type show. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Also, Howard's Cams, valve train specialist. Hit up Luke B. We need more choppy parking lot cams in Drag and Drive. J-Wire Solutions, of course. We're going to talk about them a little bit on Wednesday night and all the cool shit they got going on, wiring, plumbing, all that kind of cool stuff. Avco Racing Products, of course. Suspension, but cooling brakes and more. Performer built transmissions, best GM transmission builder on the planet. Fight me. I'll do 4L60 in the sevens. Do I need to say any more? I don't think so. Car Chains 3D, who we have a great segment on today. And then Low Dollar Motorsports, of course, if you need data, that's the spot to go. And the sponsor of our daily burnout. So I hope you guys have been enjoying that. That's been a lot of fun to go back through your all your cool stuff, all the shots of burnouts and things like that. And big shout out to Joe for scheduling those out, but shout out to you for putting all of that together. Dustin Carlington, instructions unclear. Finished entire family pack of Oreos by myself in 6 hours. Listen,
Hey,
it's okay if it turns the watercolors, right?
hey, come on over to the race weight group. We'll get you out of that habit.
Yeah, exactly. Dude, race weight, man, big time stuff there. I'm down 22 pounds, and it's really because of you guys. So big shout out to the race weight group. If you're not part of that, hit us up. You want to get some accountability on your lifestyle. I'm not going to say it's for losing weight. It's definitely about living better. But one way to live better is to just shop at Summit Racing. And we'll let Brian Loans tell you why you need to do that.
What does it mean to be built with Summit? It means you're hitting the autocross, drag strip, dirt, or open road with confidence. Because built with Summit means you're using parts from the top names in performance. Let's build it together. SummitRacing.com.
Bro, voice of an angel. We didn't get an email back from you, Brian. I need one, brother. We're putting some stuff together for Drag Week and would love to have Brian Loans on the show to talk about some of that historical stuff. He's been around the whole time from Drag Week. And you know us, it's going to be the absolute maniacal week. That's going to be the craziest week in Drag Week. John Paul Franks, buddy, I'm ready. Thank you very much. 1 week. We will be starting Saturday morning. I was actually thinking about Heads Up Hustle this morning, and we'll talk about kind of a plan for the show next Saturday as we get into it. But Summit stuff. Paul Sokolis, who, for anyone that listens to the On All Cylinders podcast, has heard his voice in that name, I don't know, hundreds of times. I've listened to hundreds of hours of their stuff. It's great. He is going to be on the show on 7/29, which I'm really excited about this. It's going to be episode 161. So this should be really good. He hosts the podcast over on All Cylinders. He writes articles. He shoots and edits videos for them and Summit, which is really cool, and so much more. But one thing that's really cool about, like, you and I on our side, we're doing the interviewing all the time. Like, we really don't tell many stories about ourselves, right? We talk a lot, but there's not much about us really. And so we're going to do that for him. We're going to allow him to kind of tell some history of himself, how he ended up there, and then kind of how they choose all the stuff they do. And then, of course, what the future of Drag and Drive, we're going to hit him with all that and see what's going on. So I'm really excited about that. 7/29 is the date for that one. And that's going to be episode 161, Paul Sokolis of On All Cylinders podcast, or onallcylinders.com, to be honest. This was a great question. Free tires for life or free fuel for life? Summit Racing, your social media team is on fire with this. 294 comments. This is last night. I took these notes last night and made these notes, percentages. Here's one thing I found really interesting. So I had to send it over to our buddy ChatGPT and ask, hey, how many people chose what and why, right? 84% of people chose fuel over tires. That seems pretty wild to me. When you have free tires for life, that's drag radials, that's shitty street tires, that's whatever you want to do, and you choose fuel. But I think I would do the same thing. I think 100%. I would choose fuel because I'm driving that mofo, and I can get 30,000 miles. Well, I can probably get 20,000 miles out of a set of free tires because I'm burning them some bitches to the ground. What would you choose?
Oh, 100% fuel. Like you said, fuel. I can travel anywhere. You know, yeah. I can, if I'm not paying for fuel, I can afford some tires.
That's exactly right. So I told ChatGPT, I said, you're an American V8 automotive enthusiast. What are you going to choose? And of course it gave us this, normie answer. It said, I would take the fuel. Of course, he said, as an American V8 enthusiast who enjoys driving, cruising, and doing burnouts, I would still choose free fuel for life. So thought that was pretty funny. It also says a big cam V8 can consume fuel every single time it leaves the garage, while tires are usually an occasional expense, even with some enthusiastic burnouts. Eliminating the fuel bill would mean driving the car more, running premium or race fuel. I didn't, that's a big part of the expense there. Taking longer road trips, attending more events, and using the fuel savings to buy the exact performance tires I want. So I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah. You know who would take free tires for life?
Who's that?
Rovic.
Bro, he probably does spend more on tires than he does on fuel. Well, just as a reminder, guys, we do have an affiliate program going on with Summit, and this new deal they've done for us, I really appreciate it. This is a drag and drive list of stuff that we think is kind of for everyone, right? So this isn't like a specific fuel pump for your car. This is like oils and canopies and stuff that Summit has that you can also throw in your trailer, or probably should be in your trailer. So the link is over in the comments. Look it up. I'll put the link in the description as well. I will tell you guys, this is an affiliate link. So if you do purchase after using this link, if the parts qualify, it does send us a little bit. So we appreciate all the support from that. That just helps us go to more events, cover more stuff, do more things. All right, sir. Let's talk about some drag, drive, repeat updates, because we've had a really good run on Facebook. We've crossed 30,000 people on Facebook. YouTube, when you're trying to drive attention somewhere, you end up spending a little more time on that spot, right? So we have spent more time on Facebook focus than we have necessarily on YouTube in the last few months. Well, that's kind of changing a little bit now that we're at 30,000, which is a number we can, obviously live with. That's a great number for followers on Facebook. And dude, we're 240 people away from 13,000 on YouTube. So it's just crazy to me that there's so many people that follow us.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome, actually.
That's awesome.
This is a good idea here. Matt's saying, get me a canopy tent that says drag, drive, repeat, and I'll buy one today.
I wish we had one that said drag, drive, repeat, but that's not a bad idea. Maybe we do. Let's find somebody that can do canopies, and let's see if we'd want to do a pre-order. And like what's 10 canopies cost? 10 by 10 canopies, and would somebody want to buy in at a kind of what do they call that? Groupon type deal,
Yeah.
So if you're not subscribed on YouTube, I don't know what you're doing with your life, but go ahead and hit it over there as well. Also want to say, before we talk about this comment or this photo here, I want to say thanks to Jesse Fox, 3G Video, Chris Wozniak at WAF Racing, Jim Hopping, Aaron Fleetwood, and Cassie Lowry, and Rich Guido for sending photos and stories from Big Sky Race Week. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for doing that. It really allowed us to have boots on the ground, I would say, is almost kind of the way we put that for Big Sky Race Week, which was an event I was going to go to. And then the last minute, I just was a bitch and bitched out and stayed home. And it's been great. Me being home was the right move. It allowed me to do all the stuff I need to do. And then also get prepared for Heads Up Hustle. But dadgum, bro, those photos, man, they look incredible.
Yeah.
All right. Short circuit registration opened up to the public at 9 a.m. So an hour and 15 minutes ago. People are getting signed up. It's not as rampant as I thought, though. That's kind of what surprised me. I really thought it would be a lot more rampant as we went into the first hour there. So, people are still, I just got another message that somebody signed up. So, pretty interesting. I thought we would be close. We're going to talk about the actual number here in just a few minutes. So let's get after it, sir. Race Car Friends updates. Did I put notes in here for that? Oh, yeah. Sorry. Big Sky Race Week results for our race car friends. Okay. How about our boy, Corey Pan, kicking ass, taking names, the only Race Car Friends member to win a class, takes home the naturally aspirated small block win with a 671 average. Ramsey finished, bro, took a 20 on the last day in the little Opal with a huge blower. It's so badass. Took a 20 on day 6, so threw his average into like the 9s or whatever. Jesse Hazlitt finished 6th in Limited Street. Kevin Lowry finished 7th in Stick Shift, and Raj finished 6th, golly, in Hot Rod. So congratulations to our Race Car Friends members. If you guys don't know, you can sign up $10 a month, be a Race Car Friends member, get early access to everything we do, get behind the scenes stuff, get featured on the show, get all the cool stuff we do. It's kind of like what we do, but more. So we get a special newsletter every week with updates from you guys and all that kind of stuff. So anyways, I say it's to Eric all the time, but I feel like it's probably one of the best ways that we can build a community within the Drag and Drive followers. So if we have plans for events and stuff like that to kind of group up. I haven't done a very good job of that this year, but it is my plan moving forward to have an area for Race Car Friends members to hang out and park and get shade and get snacks and drinks and all that kind of stuff, which we've done at the events we've been to. So, all righty, enough of my blabbering. 15 minutes solid. I've said my words for the day. Tell us about some driven stuff.
All right, let's hit this ad read and we'll get right into it.
Hey, it's Brandon from Fort Smith, Arkansas here. Driven Racing Oil is a performance engine oil that can do it all. GP1 is the ultimate oil for any race or performance application. Whether launching hard at the drag strip, enduring the extreme heat of off-road and circle track, or pushing the limits in top-fueled drag boats and demo derbies, winning racers choose GP1. Compatible with engines from classic hot rods to cutting-edge race machines, GP1's unique surface cleaning and high zinc formulation ensures superior wear protection, particularly for flat tappet camshafts, while solving issues like cylinder washout with methanol and ethanol fuels. Crafted from the legendary Bradford, Pennsylvania base oil and enhanced with state-of-the-art additive packages, GP1 offers the best of protection and performance.
And code DDR10 gets you that 10% discount on the Driven Racing Oil website, drivenracingoil.com. So if you're shopping on there, use that code DDR10, get you 10% discount.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So looking at our July events, Big Sky Race Week, obviously, we just talked about, wrapped up. So we'll get into some of those results. What we have for the rest of July: Road Trip Drag Challenge started yesterday. And that will go through tomorrow. We have Pistons in the Pines starting July 23rd, 5 days away. Heads Up Hustle that you'll be at July 24th, 6 days away. We have Drop the Hammer Judgment Day. Again, the single day event by Drop the Hammer. That is July 25th. That is 7 days away from today. And rounding out July, Miles of Mayhem, July 26th through 31st, 8 days away.
Man, that's awesome. Dude, bring it on.
Yeah, 8 days, and we will be wrapped up with we'll be starting the last event for the month of July. Pretty crazy.
Wow. And there's 8, bro. Like there's no, let's see, what do we have? The 19th and 20th is the last day. No, 20th, 2021, 22. Last 3 days without a drag and drive this year or this month.
Yep.
That's crazy. Wow.
And then we kick off August right in there, August 6th through 8th, with Havlic's Fastest Streetcar Shootout, which will be the next event that I will be at in 20 days.
Wow.
Crazy.
Wow.
Then that rolls us into the Olympic Streetcar Shootout, the 7th through 9th, 21 days away. Sick Michigan Miles, the 16th through 22nd, 39 days away. Dragway Rush, the 19th through 22nd, 32 days away. And then rounding out the month of August, we have Cruise and Lose, the 21st through 23rd, in 34 days.
Man, that's wild. Dude, I can't wait for Havlic's. I'll tell you right now, that thing is going to be bad ass.
Yeah. It always is. Again, I've said it before. It's one of my favorite events of the year. So it's a good weekend there for sure.
Yeah, it's going to be wild. Bring it on. Those guys, they sent us the list of drag and drive racers the other day. Whoo-hoo! Stacked, brother. Stacked. Bring it on.
And I already started looking into our September events. September is going to be busy. We've got some events in October, and then Short Circuit in November. So it's still rolling strong here.
Yeah, bring it on, dude. I can't wait.
Well, that puts us at 52 events on the list for 2026. You can find all of those at dragdriverpete.com/events. We'll take you to the interactive map where you can check out the starting locations for all of these events. And Richard Brewer here saying excited for Havlic's as well. Heck yeah.
Dude, I'm so ready. It's going to be great.
So again, appreciate Driven Racing Oil. Again, use code DDR10 for that 10% discount on Driven Racing Oil website.
Heck yeah, man. Like I said, I need to get to Memphis and see those dudes.
For sure.
Sit down, kind of have a chat, do all the fun stuff.
Yep.
All right. Deech Works, bro. Those guys were on the other night. I hit this ad play, and then we'll talk about short circuit.
From street miles to track passes, your fuel system has one job: perform when it matters most. At Dtorx, we engineer high-performance fuel systems built for the demands of drag and drive. From injectors and fuel pumps to filters and regulators, every component is engineered to be reliable and consistent under real-world conditions. Whether you're chasing a personal best or driving hundreds of miles between tracks, Dtorx delivers the fuel system your build requires.
Oh, yeah. And again, big shout out to Mark Campbell, who came on episode 159. Dude, he spent an hour with us talking about the fuel system you guys set up and why, not just the parts list. But then also kind of talked about one thing that I think I have the most questions is 3/8 to half-inch fuel line, or -6 to -8. When you go to 10, what you need to do for a return line. I felt like that conversation that we had with him was awesome.
Oh yeah, 100%. I've been telling everybody that I talk car stuff with about the ANs being 16th, so 6 AN being a 3/8 line essentially.
Yeah.
And most people didn't know that, so that was pretty cool to learn.
Yep. Yeah. Great conversation. Great conversation. I really enjoyed hanging out with him and doing all that stuff. And man, I mean, really just the learning part of it. And again, thank you to them for coming on as the title sponsor for the short circuit, man. It was awesome to hang out with them, or to have them behind us again here. You know, they're the sponsor for the racer party at the circuit, so they're involved there. They are the Feed the Racer sponsor for our single day drag and drive events, and then of course now the title sponsor for short circuit. So they're involved, man. All it took was David Deitch to do one event, and he's hooked, and he didn't even finish it.
Oh yeah,
They barely limped the car to Oklahoma City.
which means they'll be back doing more for sure.
Oh, dude, to show up with two, Mark's car should be badass 850 stuff. It is a badass 850 car. It's a competitor. And then to miss out, like he was a third pass down the track and lost all forward gears. And then of course, David Deitch in the 4G63 powered Volvo Amazon, not making it. So they're building a new motor for that car. So that'll be really cool. But the short circuit did open registration just an hour and 20 minutes ago. So it is rolling through. We are, again, I just got another email here. So it's 2 during the show that we've talked. It's slower than I thought. Like I said, I thought that was pretty interesting. We do have 31 spots available as of 9:20 on 7/18, which is way more than what I thought we would. I thought we would have 3 spots available. But hey, sometimes that's the way it goes. And there's a ton of people at Big Sky Race Week that were like, hey, figure out to save me a spot. So I've got a few of those set back. So this event will sell out. This event is going to be absolutely crazy, dude. It's going to be a ton of fun in a completely new part of the country. I don't know if we've ever done a drag and drive in Arkansas, or if there's ever been even a stop, but this is going to be really neat. I've been referring to George Ray's drag strip as Brown County's big brother. He's got a little more hair on his chest. He's a little older, got a little more, experience in life. This is going to be a fun one. So this is going to be an experience. We're talking to Cotton Gins right now to set up for the route stop that we're going to have. Like, at least, I mean, there'll be several route stops, but there's just going to be this one where we're going to do breakfast on Saturday morning. I'm looking at, based on the Cotton Gin we choose, will be based on the restaurant we pick for breakfast. I mean, I want a local restaurant, all that kind of cool stuff. So this is going to be a really fun one. And I think it's going to give people a spot that they would never have stopped at to begin with. So I think that's going to be really cool.
Yeah, I'm excited. I think it'll be a ton of fun. Like you said, a wild track, no clocks, just wind lights. And the interest that we had leading up into this was wild. Everybody, said that this was one they wanted to do. We had 112 people enter for the free entry. So come on, y'all. Spots are open now. 112 people were interested.
Yep. And a lot of those folks have signed up. That's not a bad idea to go in and make that post. Oh yeah. Unlovable Dustin Cottle. He has signed up. He said, looking forward to George Ray's. I've never raced in Arkansas. And this is going to be his first one. My mom says there's a Waffle House in Paragould. I mean, we're gonna have a stop at Waffle House. That's a Friday night deal, though. We need something on Saturday morning that's big and fun and cool. So I want to give a shout out to her. She's working trying to hook us up with a cotton gin that can do it. She's trying to find an older one, which I think would be really cool for photos. And then go in and see kind of what that's like. I mean, dude, I don't know. It's been so long. I mean, we lived down the street from a cotton gin for a lot of my young life, and I was probably in there 2 or 3 times, maybe ever. And as an 8-year-old, you don't give 2 shits about what's
Yeah.
going on in that place. So it'll be
So,
cool to be back in the middle of that.
so someone from Northern Illinois, can you even explain what that is? Because I don't know
So
what you're talking about.
cotton gin. Okay,
Yeah.
so basically, when you have a cotton plant grows cotton, okay, it blooms. Cotton picker comes to, grabs that stuff, it puts it in a bale. Okay, well, inside the little bundle of like the cotton flour, I don't know what you call it. My mom can probably tell us, but inside that is seeds. Okay. So to make fibers, you have to pull those seeds out. So that's what a cotton gin does, is kind of take and separates the cotton fibers from the seeds. A lot of really cool big machines that are going to rip your arm off if you get in the wrong way, right? So that's what it does. So it takes these huge, I'm serious, like 48-foot trailers that are 10 feet tall, or they're probably 8 feet tall by 7 feet wide by 48 feet long, and it just pushes that bale through that those teeth. It looks like huge combs, I think is probably the way I would word it, to pull all those seeds out and all that kind of stuff.
Interesting.
Yeah. So then it comes out, then it goes, into whatever they would take that to another place, to finish the cotton, and then it goes to the factories and all that kind of cool stuff.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Check that
So
out. I learned something new today.
yeah, it's going to be really neat. That's one of the things I'm most excited about this trip, because if you've ever driven to the beach from your house, have you done that? You driven to the coast?
Not from my house.
Oh, okay. All right. Typically fly. Well, the best thing about the Mississippi River Delta, right, is that people generally they're going 78 miles an hour with the cruise on when they go through there. Now we're going to stop. We're going to stop for 100 miles. We're going to drive hot rods around places that have never had a drag and drive in them. Okay. So these little small towns that have never seen this kind of stuff, we're fixing to blow their mind. And once we find the right cotton gin that fits for this and can, handle us, I mean, we're going to have, with the extra 32 heads up cars. I mean, dude, that's 130 cars minimum, plus whoever else goes, so that's 250 people. Like, these towns aren't ready for this. And so I'm excited to get the cotton gin locked in so we can figure out the route, so I can start talking to the local cities, the Chamber of Commerce and all that kind of stuff.
Interesting.
Yeah. So they have changed it as round bale type hay in cotton bales now. So it's kind of interesting to see that change. And dude, that's been since I've been an adult that they've made that change. So we'll learn why they did that. It's probably just because you can use the same type machine for baling hay and then also doing cotton. Now the fronts are completely different, but maybe the process is the same as it flows through. So efficiencies, all the cool stuff. Anyways, registration is open for Short Circuit. Get ready, guys. Get signed up now, because this isn't an event that we're probably going to be able to take people day of. I told Tyler in the beginning 100 cars would mean 85, and now we're at 130 cars, which is going to mean 120. And so that's already more than what him and I had talked about. I think he's accommodating, but like with the circuit, we had 40 people show up. I'm not going to be able to take that. We will not be able to take people day of. This is probably the only event we'll ever host that we won't be able to take people day of. So, and if we were able to do that, you'd have 2 days notice, because we would have had so many people fall out or whatever, right? So get your ticket now. That's all I'm telling you. Okay. Thanks again to Deechworks. Appreciate them. They're badasses. If you need fuel lines, pumps, fitting modules, whatever, if you want to make 4,000 horsepower, they've got a fuel system that can do it. All right. So are you ready? Car Change
sure.
3D, bro. Corey and the team up there. Car Change 3D should be your first choice for custom 3D printed parts for your project car. Corey can take your idea to reality. Maybe you're looking for that special car guy gift they can't get anywhere else. Corey can produce a one-off keychain for that special person's special car. Find more at carchange3d.com or on social by searching Car Change 3D on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. We need to peer pressure Corey into doing more YouTube stuff. We need more of that. And how about this? How about a distant cousin, Brian Narkson, here saying, you're an amazing announcer. Thank you very much, sir. Appreciate it. We're going to be in Paragould, Arkansas, which is just 2 or 3 hours south of you, dude. I'll give you free tickets if you guys come down and we can actually finally meet. So, all right. First up in this segment here, Heads Up Hustle, bro. I'm so ready. I've been making notes. The notes now for Heads Up Hustle. Hold on, I'll tell you. 6 pages long so far.
Okay.
Lots more to add. I don't even have racer updates in there yet. That's my plan for today, tomorrow, and Monday is to put racer updates in there. Because, dude, a lot of these guys have been here a long time. They've come for several times. So Dragway 42 on Friday, July 24th and Sunday, July 26th. The Friday event is going to be badass. Okay. There's some like Copo Bob's Small Tire Wars that's going to be running that night. So we may see some cool ass small tire cars. I mean, that part of the country has some of the baddest small tire cars out there. So we're going to be Dragway 42 Thursday night. If you want to get in on an early VIP tech and just kind of come hang out for a little bit, I'm thinking about buying some pizzas. I'm thinking Thursday, I'm going to be in town. Obviously, I'll be at the track. Big 3 Racing is right there. So maybe we can go hang out and spend some time with them. Oh, yeah. Big announcement.
John Paul says big announcement for Heads Up Hustle later today.
I cannot wait. And then we're going from Dragway 42. We're going to go to Mountain Machine for a racer party that night, which is going to be awesome. I'm really excited. 3 to 9 p.m. Friday night in Belleville, Michigan. It's going to be super cool. And then Milan, Michigan on Saturday. And then we're back to Dragway 42 for the Big 3 Racing Party Saturday night while the small tire wars are going on. It's going to be nuts. So I want to give a shout out to Jared Bonnet, who's going to pick me up at the airport on Thursday, take me to their shop, badass shop. Can't wait. Get a tour of that. He's going to drop me off at the track. And then Mike Murata on Sunday is going to pick me up from Heads Up Hustle at Dragway 42 and drop me off at the airport to fly home. I won't be flying home till Monday, but he's going to pick me up on Sunday. So, and then John Paul Franks posted this morning, said, I've been working on the route for the last few hours and I'm super close, but need to double check an item in the morning before I post it. I can't wait, dude. I can't wait to see where we're going to go. Yeah. Let's see. Up next, how about some returning racers? It's going to be cool. Returning champion Josh Burt is coming back. 10-0 index. This dude, he's amazing, but he's going to be taking on Tim Grabiak. Oh, John Paul Frank says route is up. So listen, if you guys are watching this, after this, go to Heads Up Hustle on Facebook or headsuphustle.com and see where we're going to be. If you're anywhere on that route, come on, man. Let's go take a look. Speaking of 850 racers that just made the comment there, new 850 class. Bro, are you ready to hear these names?
Yeah, I am.
Jeremy Ortiz, who's just making comments down there. We know he can do it. One of the few people to do 8500. TJ Linebaugh, come on. It don't get any more 850 than that. Warren Hurt, which is cool. 615 cubic inch twin turbo Chevelle going to be in that class. Chad Smith, Rick Beam. Dude, the list of racers in that class, 850 at Heads Up Hustle is going to be insane. And on Sunday, they get to race Heads Up. So you may be able to run 850s all day or turn in 850s if you can make 8 passes, but can you do it heads up when the pressure is on? That's what I love about Heads Up Hustle. It's going to be awesome. Tim Grabiak and Josh Burt in 10-0 index. There's a lot more racers in that class. I think that class is going to be a standout class this year, and it's going to be very good because in the past, more people have moved over to other classes from 10-0 because Josh is such a hitter, but I think Tim can really give him a run for his money. But listen to these names in 13-0 index, which is one of my favorite classes here. John Pranger coming back. Okay, he won last year. We've got Sharon Bogardus, the lady in the orange AMC Hornet. She's coming back. She's a previous champion. That lady don't play at all. She's got it figured out. That car can run 13.0s on any street, any time, any track, any conditions, anywhere. You got Allie Kirchick. It's going to be a fun one. Brennan Darnell coming out in the FT 5.3 tractor painted Fairmont. And then Tyler Adams in that class. And another Fairmont that we saw at Back to the Streets should be right on par for what we can do. Dude, it's going to be freaking nuts, man. I can't wait.
And
Cannot
Deal Brothers are going to be there as well, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's going to be a good one. Those guys, Jeff Kirchick is returning as returning champion. He is in the Unlimited in the Pro Charged Godzilla powered Mustang. Now, I don't know if he has the power to run with the deals, but he won last year because Jim Treadle spun on the line and Jeff drove out of his life. So you know how it goes, man. That's what's great about Heads Up Hustle. It is heads up racing on Sunday after a weekend of Drag and Drive.
Yeah, that'll be exciting.
Yeah, it's going to be a good time. Live stream, we're going to figure something out. Jesse Fox is going to be there, so there will be some live stream on that stuff. And then I'll do what I can. I am announcing. So I was actually thinking on my walk this morning, should I do a recap as soon as we end racing, because I'll have all of my notes out and things like that of what people have ran. Should I do a recap right then? And then the Saturday morning episode, by then we'll be racing. So I don't know if we do an early episode that recaps from Friday night, or if we wait and do the news after the racing on Saturday. So I don't want to miss it. I want to give as much attention to Heads Up Hustle as we can. One, because John Paul Frank's a badass dude, but then two, it is an opportunity for us to help grow an event that I feel like has a really good way. It's probably the most traditional way to do a drag and drive and a heads up race if you're trying to follow the drag and drive format, right? So Back to the Streets is heads up every day. I like that. You do the drive. But Heads Up Hustle, you do 2 days of driving, 2 days of racing and driving to set your average, and the average sets the ladder in each class. So I think that's really cool the way John Paul does it. And, again, just like Matt, he's a racer, has done a bunch of drag and drive stuff, has a badass naturally aspirated small block Mustang. Like, it should be a ton of fun. And any attention we can bring to this thing is worthwhile. And of course, they're sponsored by Mailing, which is a big. Now, they're sponsor of Sick the Magazine, sponsor of Heads Up Hustle here. I mean, they're doing all they can to be in the drag and drive community as well. Okay. I'm going to let you talk about Big Sky Race Week because I've blown my voice out. I can feel it.
All right. So we have winners from Big Sky Race Week, obviously wrapping up yesterday. First winner in Outlaw, Matt Blasco, with a 5.25 average and best ET of a 496.
I think that's the only 4-second run, or maybe it's one of the only 4-second runs in Big Sky Race Week.
This is actually an interesting comment here. Braxton Carpenter says, as a rookie who just finished Big Sky Race Week, running your dial index at Drag and Drive is way harder than I thought it would be.
Yeah, hell yes.
Well, as a rookie, I hope you're hooked, and we'll be attending many more events for sure.
Yeah.
All right. Then we go into our Pro Street winner, Anthony Reed, with a 572 average. Radial was Mike Grady with a 549 average and a best ET of 519.
Yeah, I think that's one of the. I think it's like a top 3 pass, unique per unique racer for the event.
Yep. Limited Street here. This one's good. Jaden Gash, 6.466 average. Bert Dodge in second with a 6.505 average. Larry Van Winkle with a 6.51 average. And then Megan Warren. Well, actually, let me back up. Larry Van Winkle, 6.51.64. Megan Warren, 6.51.66.
Dude,
that's a battle.
10,000s. Wow.
Yeah. So that's pretty awesome there. I bet you that was a fun battle to watch.
Oh man, I bet they made a ton of passes.
Yep. Stick shift was awesome, obviously, as it always is. Rich Guido, 5.850 average over Bill Armstrong with a 5.86 average.
Oh man.
So, yeah.
Yeah, that was a tight class. And I'll tell the story of that here in just a minute.
Yep. True Street winner, Shane Obernesser with a 0.004 spread.
Dang.
Yeah. But not only that, second place, Michael Pugh with a 0.006 spread.
Oh my God.
So top two
Those are
cars there
animals.
are wild. 28 cars in this class had less than a 10th spread.
Oh my gosh.
So just like Braxton was saying, those dial your own or index classes are very tight.
Right. And man, it's amazing what ends up happening at those.
Yep. Hot rod class, Jake Klein finished with a 5.18 average to win that class. NA small block, we talked about Corey Pant, one of our Race Car Friends members, winning that class with a 671 average. NA big block, Dominic Vasek, 656 average. Diesel here, Larry Lloyd finished with a 742 average. The gasser was another tight class here. Jason King won that with a 7.727 average over Mike Smith with a 7.742 average. So again, tight class there as well.
Yeah, and Jason King's the dude that won the Cheap Car Challenge at the circuit 2026.
Yep. Junior Street here. I think you're missing a name for the winner here.
Oh no. Sorry.
I see the winner had a 0.004 spread.
Yep. Hold on, I still have it pulled up here. Adeline Yuri.
Okay. Awesome. So she wins with a 0.004 spread, and then Molly Alsup, which we've heard that name before, 0.017 spread.
Yeah, man, those kids are incredible.
Yeah, it's always fun watching the Junior Street stuff, and especially when you start getting into a 0.004 spread for Junior Street. I mean, that's the same spread that True Street Shane Obernesser had in that class.
Yeah, and across like 6 days of racing, like
right
on tracks you've probably never seen. This story here is really fun. So Rich Guido, I want to read through this from his messages. Okay. So he sends me a message Thursday. He says, man, cool story at Big Sky. Bill and I are doing battle. He said, I went 575 to Bill's 6.0 on day one. He said, day two, 5.844 for Bill or for Rich, and then 571 for Bill. Tighten it up. Okay. He's Rich is still leading on day three. He runs a 615 for Bill and a 621 for Rich. So now it's super tight. Okay. I don't know what the math is. We'll have that on Wednesday night show. But he said today, which was Thursday, he said, I went 575 and Bill clawed back more and went 570. He said, I'm going into the last day with a 0.011 margin of lead. So that was Thursday. So that's really fun to do. I said, dude, please. I said, let me know throughout the day. I don't want to hear the end of the day. I want to know throughout the day what you guys are running. So Friday at 1:00, he sends me, Bill was sideways on his first pass and went 611. He said, I went 575. He said, then he went 571, which put Rich at a 0.002 lead. Okay. Rich went back up. He runs a 571 with a 4. He said, if Bill Armstrong runs a 566 something, he said he would take the lead, right? Said he goes up, Bill goes up again, runs a 571 with a 5 bracket car, goes back up, just went 567 with a 5, dude.
What?
567 with a 5. How tough is that? So Rich Guido comes out with the win in stick shift at Big Sky Race Week. The difference 5.8502 to 5.867.
That's crazy.
That's pretty crazy. So
This is
yeah,
also really cool here. Talking about the junior class, Braxton says Adeline and Sarah Field both made 18 passes on day 5.
that's incredible. That is incredible. That's so tight, man. Wow. Wow. How
Super
fun.
cool. Yeah.
So congratulations to both Rich and Bill. Our race car friends member Kevin Lowry ended up in 7th place in that class. So it was tight. Like those two guys were way out ahead, but after that it gets pretty tight. So I'm gonna do a full breakdown on that coming up as well.
Yeah, super cool. And Matt here saying belt buckle. That's so Montana. I love it.
I mean, dude, look at that thing too.
Dude, it's cool.
That's super cool, man. And that's something, you talked about this with the trophies at All Stars.
Mhm.
Like people are really just really thinking about what's something other than just a trophy. So we may need to get creative and start looking at stuff for the circuit, man. I don't know. This is pretty neat. The belt buckle. Good job, Austin and the team at Big Sky Race Week for hosting an incredible event, man. The photos from up there.
Yeah. Incredible.
Oh, we're going next year. Get it on your mind.
Yeah. Yeah. Rich here saying so much fun.
Oh, for sure. All right. Well, again, big shout out to Corey Nicholson, Car Change 3D. Man, if you guys need some stuff, obviously I said it earlier, but he can take your idea to reality. I mean, this guy really can. These keychains are just a very small portion of his business. They actually do dashes and all kinds of cool stuff for your car. I mean, the 12.3 Holly dash that's in Brian Acton's Nova, the dash came from Car Chains. So you guys can, I mean, all kinds of cool stuff they've got over there. So make sure you're checking it out. And he was, I'm not going to talk about what he was printing yesterday, but
Are are the photos that I put in here still, or did you take those out?
for what?
The Bluetooth speaker that he was making mounts for the roll bar.
Oh, dude, I'm sorry. Yeah, I thought they were old.
Oh no, it's all good.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yep. Sorry
yeah,
about that.
he's got some cool brackets for your roll cage to mount like I forget, was it like a JBL Bluetooth
Yeah.
speaker? I thought that
Yep.
was a really cool idea because not everybody's got radios in their cars. Like,
Mhm.
when we took the Narcs cart, we had a giant speaker strapped in the back. So something like that's a pretty cool idea as well.
Yeah. Dang. Sorry, man. Yeah, I thought they were old photos. So yeah, great stuff from him. I'm telling you, all kinds of, and the lights. Have we ordered the lights for your car yet?
I have a wired light,
Okay.
but then since then he's came out with the wireless ones as well.
Yeah, we need to order a few of those as well. So roll cage mounted lights and all that kind of cool stuff. So
Yeah, and
all right.
like you said, we won't talk about it, but you might want to go look at what he was printing yesterday because I was dying laughing.
Dude, it's hilarious. I can't believe it, man. I didn't even find that file.
Yeah.
Thank
All
our
right.
race car.
Again, appreciate all of our race car friends for tuning in on Saturday morning. I say it every week. I love the Saturday morning show. It's best way you can get up on a Saturday morning and start your weekend is to talking to your race car friends about drag and drive. So appreciate each and every one of you guys. And again, all of our race car friends, members that were sending photos from Big Sky Race Week. Appreciate all of you guys. And our sponsors. Can't do it without all of our sponsors. Summit Racing Equipment, Deechworks, Molly Motorsports, Driven Racing Oil, Howard's Cams, J-Wire Solutions, AFCO Racing Products, Performa-Built Transmissions, Car Chains 3D, Low Dollar Motorsports, Power Tube TV, and Racing Junk. And that takes us right into Molly Motorsports. We'll hit this ad read, and then we'll keep rolling on.
Looking for a forged piston kit for your vehicle? You need Molly Motorsport Power Pack. What is Power Pack? It's the ultimate forged piston kit that comes complete with pistons, performance file fit rings, high string steel pins, and clips, all engineered to work together. So all you have to do is build something great. Find your Power Pack at mollymotorsport.com.
And again, gotta love the Molly pistons. It has been like 95 degrees here for like the past week, so I haven't got the pistons put back on the connecting rods. But I'm out of town today. Starting tomorrow, temp drops down to like normal 80-degree temperature. So hopefully
Nice.
that'll be in the plan is to get that back together and get the connecting rods put on the Molly Power Pack pistons, and then get those put into the engine. So.
Dude, that's so cool. I can't wait.
You and me both.
Yeah. Bring it on, brother.
All right. So what do we got next up? We've got Howard's Cam. So we got an ad read here that we'll play, and then we'll talk about some cool stuff in this segment.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Harris from the Monoxide Podcast. Real quick, Howard's Cams was founded as a racing cam manufacturer almost 80 years ago when Howard Johansson created Howard's Power and Racing Equipment in 1945. Howard's Cams has always used on-track experience to design the most powerful designs, and today they have an even greater group of experienced racers in circle track, drag racing, road race, mud bog, and marine. They use all this input plus the most advanced computer software to design the most competitive race-winning products. From pioneers in drag racing and oval track to cutting-edge marine development, Howard's Cams is at the forefront of the industry. So make sure to reach out to our friend Luke B for your next valve train upgrade.
Dude, I gotta order me one of them hats you got.
Drag Drive Repeat hat.
Mm-hmm.
SummitRacing.com will get you one of those.
Right.
Just got a message from somebody that I believe just got entry into the short circuit. So
nice. Awesome. Well, I was just answering some questions for Travis Martin too in the heads up side of stuff. Good luck to OG Small Tire. Because, bro, you know that guy can run sometimes. So Travis Martin being there, Adam Hodson in OG Small Tire. Hold on, let's run through this list of names in OG Small Tire real quick. All right, we got Adam Hodson, Cameron Andreen, who's at Big Sky Race Week right now, who did the circuit and Rocky Mountain Race Week. Gary Vardaman, player, bro, and Cody Coots. And then if Travis Martin signs up for that, dude, that's going to be pretty insane. Yeah. Cannot wait. Yeah, we're following the Back to the Streets class style where you'll race for 3 heads-up races on Friday night, and whoever wins 2 of those races will go heads-up on Saturday in front of the crowd at George Race.
That is going to be gnarly.
You ready for some cool stuff? And maybe, I don't know the timing of this, but this may fall right in line with maybe these people bringing this car, okay? $10,000 Drag Shootout Season 4 is kicking off very soon from Dragzine. This is really exciting because, as I mentioned in the opening, 2 of our Drag and Drive brethren are coming in to race in this.
Yeah, this has always been something that I've enjoyed. I've watched this, all the way back to Season 1. So to see these guys in this is going to be incredible.
I don't want to reveal the 2 team names yet. So let me move these notes up. So here we go. Teams will have 6 days to build the quickest car they can with $7,000 in Summit Racing gift cards and $3,000 cash. Okay. They're bringing their own roller. So they at least have a car to start. Okay. They just got to put a motor together, right? All teams have to use nitrous through a plate system. Kind of cool. All teams must use a 28x10 tire, sponsored by Hoosier. Teams will draw for use of a Holley EFI setup or Edelbrock carb. How crazy is that? And then one last piece here I thought was really cool. Teams are going to have to draw for the power plants, and it's the choices are small block Chevrolet, LS, small block Ford, or big block Chevrolet, all from Summit Racing's new SPC lineup. Thought that was really cool.
That's going to be sweet.
It's going to be pretty interesting. So the teams, are you ready? The 2 drag and drive teams that are taking on some pretty heavy hitters in regular drag racing. First team up, Big 3 Racing, which we saw on the drag and drive shootout when they built the truck here, and then that white C10 that went heads up against Team Harrell Engine and Design, whatever they called it there. So it's Team Big 3. Or it's Big 10, I think is what they called it. And then the folks from Harrell Engine and Dyno. So these guys know what it's like to build a car on a tight timeline. And they're building an S10, a GMC Sonoma GT. So this should be kind of fun. And they're hosting the event. So do you think that gives them like home field advantage?
I mean, maybe. Do you know if there was rules around what roller they could use, or
I don't know that. In the message that Brian sent, he didn't say anything about that. I would think maybe they could choose. Interesting. Because let's talk about that here in just a second. Because the second team some of our favorite people in all of Drag and Drive. Bucket List Mob out here just crushing it, dude. 10,000 subscribers on their YouTube channel a couple weeks ago. Now they're getting chosen for the Dragzine $10,000 Drag Shootout. Pff, come on. Brian said the reason he likes the Drag and Drive guys is because they know what it's like to put something together in a rush.
Yeah.
They know what it's
100%.
like to keep that thing running on, willpower, basically. So they're bringing the ugly duckling. So to go back to your conversation, this car is a car that has done drag and drop. This is a car that has done all that stuff. It has had a small block Ford in it for a while. This is going to be a neat setup because I don't know what they got planned, right? So I wonder how the car build set up. The thing that's funny though is Mike Heston sent me or him and I were messaging back and forth about this, but he said that they don't even know what motor they're getting yet. So they draw for that in the next week or so. And so can you imagine like all of a sudden you end up with an Edelbrock carb and an LS combo? And
Right.
that's nothing that those guys have worked with before. So now, I mean, potentially they could end up with a carbureted LS in this Ford Fairlane that they
I mean,
call
it'd be the best option.
I mean, let's be honest. I don't know. Big block Chevrolet on nitrous, probably a
Yeah.
very good option.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
I
going to
just
be
wonder-
interesting to see what everybody ends up with as far as combinations there.
Yeah, right. Like, what's the plate system capable of spraying? Like, can you spray 300? It's
It
a
does.
500. Like, I mean, I don't know. I don't know what a plate is capable of flowing there.
It doesn't say, so maybe you get to shop at Summit Racing and decide what size you're going to get.
Surely they've yeah, I mean, maybe because like a plate for a big block would be way different than what I would put on a small block Ford. So names for the teams. So we've got Big Three Racing team is Chuck Stefanski, Bob Hess, Rick Trunkett, and Kenny Feathers. Hitters, bro. That's a stack of hitters. And then for Bucket List Mob, team is Mike Heston, Mike Wiles, Matt Lewis, and Jack Rachel. This ought to be a great time to watch. And I asked Mike, bro, give me some trash talk. Come on, man. Give me something here. He said, we're not going to trash talk. He said, we're just thrilled to be here. We consider having already won by being in it. So that's kind of cool. I'm excited for them. I'm excited for the content they'll get from this. I'm excited for the experience and all that kind of stuff. It's only up from here. So in our messages back and forth with Brian Wagner, he's the lead content creator at Dragzine. So he said, we got some great applicants for the show and made it very hard to pick the teams. We had to look at the skill set they brought to the table and if they would be able to get the vehicle done during the build, right? I can't imagine the logistics of trying to put this together because everybody needs to do it on site because you need that content, right? So,
Yeah.
Not only Big Three Racing is hosting it, but now they have the huge shop now, but they also, people are going to be filling their shop. So can they close their shop basically for the 6 days that they're going to have to build this car in for 4 teams, right? So he said the Preston brothers are stone cold killers. They know how to build and race about anything. Both the Bucket List Mob and Big Three Racing's drag and drive experience make them formidable as well. They know what it's like to work under pressure to get a vehicle done and how to deal with adversity since drag and drive events really test racers. Team Food Stamp Fast, I love the name, won the fan vote, but that team is full of guys who just know how to build stuff. They're going to be the X factor. This is going to be kind of cool. And he said, as far as when things kick off, you'll start seeing more and more content coming out. These teams better be ready for anything. Got a lot of fun things they're putting in there and all the kind of different challenges and stuff like that come from it. So good luck to all the teams at the Dragzine $10,000 drag shootout, but our money's on them drag and drop boys.
Yeah. Pretty awesome.
All right, so do you want to talk about the other thing or do you want to go into the racing jump?
We're already at time, so let's just go ahead and cover it because I just read through this and it's kind of interesting.
All right, well, let's do it.
So
lead the way.
Drag Coverage made a post and it said, we keep seeing posts suggesting $20 is too expensive for spectator admission and that racetracks should charge just $7 or $10. But in 2026, with rising costs for purses, staffing, insurance, utilities, track prep, equipment, and maintenance, can tracks realistically survive on $7 admission? And the answer is no.
No,
People will
no way.
spend $25 or more bowling, $30 or more at the movies, $35 or more at an escape room, but $20 for hours of live racing is too much.
Yeah, man, you know my affiliation with Tulsa Raceway Park probably gives me more behind the scenes of this than most folks. I'll tell you, $10 a head doesn't do shit. Like
Right.
even the folks in the concession stand make I don't know. It's very tough for me. So my thought is if you have a test and tune night, it's $10, right? If you have a points bracket race, not a big money bracket race or anything like that, but a point style bracket race where you're bringing in the people that are coming are the fans of that racer. Okay. That racer's wife, kids, mom, brother, uncle, friend, whatever. Those events, test and tunes, midnight drags, things like that. Spectator stuff should probably be $10, right? I think that would be fair. But when you have like bigger events, Titans of 10-5, Funny Car Chaos, you know, big money bracket races, things where people are going to be coming from around the region. They're coming in, this is a reason for more spectators show up. That should be 20, $25 easy. And then
Mhm.
we should really, and well, probably Funny Car Chaos is really in this last spot. I think we should see some $50 a head events. How with money you can promote because that's really what happens a lot of times. Everybody's trying to grow organically, and Facebook will not let you do that. And most of the time, we need to, most of the drag racing fans are on Facebook. So you need to promote on Facebook. You need to promote on Google and do that stuff, but you can't do it at $10 a head. You can't
Yeah.
really even do it at 20 a head if you have any kind of gate split with the track. And I mean, let's be honest, like $5 a head with a typical gate splits with the tracks. Say the track is normally 15, you charge 20, you're getting that $5, right? At $5 a head, dude, you have to have 500 people to make up the difference in you spending $2,500 advertising. Like that 2,500 has to come from somewhere. It can't come from a sponsor because you're trying to use all the sponsor money to make your payouts, to pay for shirts ahead of time, to, rent the track and pay for insurance, which for a weekend is anywhere from $1,700 or $1,400 to $5,000. I mean, depending on what you're doing, like, and that could be per day. I mean, can you imagine? I don't know. It needs to be more money, but it also needs to be put on better.
Yeah.
So a lot of the comments in there were like the downtime kills you, right? Because and that is a struggle we have with a lot of the dragon drive or not dragon drive, but a lot of the drag racing is the only thing that we know as a promoter is when the gates open. Gates
Mhm.
open at 10. So that's what we promote, right? So people show up at 10 expecting a show. Well, dude, everybody's still getting set up and ready. So you almost have to like Funny Car Chaos probably does one of the best jobs of this, and possibly Streetcar Takeover do one of the best jobs of this. Of like, hey, we're running X class at X time. They're within like 15 or 20 minutes of that. Either way, Funny Car Chaos, they don't play. They will run shit and they will get it done and they will get cars on time and everything. That event should be $40 or $50 a head because you're
Yeah.
coming in. You can know, hey, racing starts at 6. I better be there at 5:30 so I can get a seat. I hope, and then you can watch racing at 6 p.m. and you're going to watch it until when it says it's over at 10 p.m. It's over at 10 p.m. But the only way you can do that, I'm soapboxing here, and I'm sorry, it's my last thing and I'll step off of it. The only way you can do that is to control car count. The only way you can control car count is to be a real promoter and go out and find the racers that you want to race and go get those guys and limit class counts. If you are, and this happens a lot of time with us at Tulsa Raceway Park, we have no idea on Friday how many people are coming on Saturday because people do not sign up early.
Mhm.
Dude, if uh, I don't run the track, but if I did, if there weren't X number of people signed up, we wouldn't run an event. Like, hey, this is what it takes to open the track. We need 42 cars for a test and tune pre-signed up to even open the track. Okay.
Yeah.
If you don't have 42 cars because you're not going to make any money, hey, sorry, y'all. You didn't have enough signed up. Here's your refund. Come back next time.
Yeah.
Right. For a
I think,
race, it's even worse because you're trying to pay out money.
yeah. I think the best way to kind of do this so that it's equal on both sides is, and I see a lot of events do this, is have especially for like a weekend event, have a price per day and have a weekend pass.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
So $20 per day, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, or $50
Yep.
for the weekend or something,
Yeah. Yeah. Make it a deal. And we're working through some of that stuff with Short Circuit. So, our spectator count at the circuit was nowhere near what I thought it would be based on how much we talked about it and how much interest it had and all that kind of stuff. And so that is our next hurdle to jump, is to get those spectators in the seats,
Yeah.
And so with the Short Circuit, that is our plan. I mean, well, I want to pack that son of a bitch out. We're doing weekend passes. We're doing concession stand deals. Like we're really working with Tyler, which is what, typically we've focused on racers. We have no problem getting racer count. I mean, we sold out of the circuit. We're going to sell out of the Short Circuit. We're going to be there. Like our racers trust us. They know we're going to put on a good show. They know we're going to take care of them. Now it's a matter of doing that for the spectators. And that's my goal the next 3.5 months, is to hammer out a way to put spectators in the stands at George Ray's Wildcat Drag Strip in Paragould, Arkansas.
Yep.
So,
I mean, and to piggyback on this real quick before we move on, I'm spending that much money this weekend to go to an event that I've never been to, just because it's in town, right? This Fuel Fest Chicago, obviously it's not, drag racing or anything related to that, but tickets, if I buy them online here before I leave, because I have no clue how busy this thing's going to be. I think it was $55 a person, and I'm going to be there for 4, maybe 5 hours today. But again, this is something that it's a traveling event, so it's never been in Chicago. I just happened to be in Chicago on the day that it's happening. So yeah, me and my kid are going to go, and it's going to be with parking, because that doesn't include parking. It's probably going to be $125 for us to go spend 4 hours at this thing.
Yeah, and at the same time, the biggest thing to look at while you're there is what else are they doing? Like, as a promoter, if you had more money because you charged more from your spectators and you had spectator count, you could go in. I mean, dude, Derek Putnam made comment. We'll read his in just a second. To get in to any sick events, $30 as a spectator a day. I mean, dude, that's double what people are saying it should cost. But the stands are packed, 2,000 plus people every time we go somewhere, because they've done a hell of a job promoting.
And that's what I'm going to look at when I'm here. Obviously, at 55-ish, I think tickets, if you bought them early, were like 35, and I just found out about this like 2 days ago. So, but it's the same thing. Like, it's going to be full there, I'm sure. Like, looking at all the posts and everything, they've got like 600,000 followers on this, on their Facebook page. So it's going to be huge. So yeah, I don't know. Obviously we look at things a little differently, because for me, I'm also going to be, getting content that I can post, over on Motorsports Paparazzi. This event's going to fit exactly what I do with that channel. So it's going to be an opportunity to get additional content for me to, maybe recoup some of that entry costs and everything. So
yeah. And again, at the end of the day, this is a great comment from Derek. And he's not just an announcer. He also has hosted his own race for like 10 years. He spends a ton of time at racetracks. He said, if spectators or racers knew how much it costs to promote, to put on an event and keep a track running, they might understand why $7 to $10 gate fee isn't feasible in most cases, in his opinion. And I agree with that. Like, to have the level of entertainment that like sick events bring to an area, you have to charge more. You just have to. There's no way around it. You have to charge more because you're putting on a better show, right? From our standpoint as promoters and track people, we have to do a better job of figuring out when people need to show up. Because, dude, how long does your wife stay at Byron when you come down for a drag and drive?
She usually comes, if I get there at 8 o'clock, she's usually there at like noon. So she's there 4 or 5 hours.
Right. They don't want to spend any more time than that, but you're fine with spending 8 or 9 hours. Right.
Right.
So, like, we have to bridge that gap. A lot of times, if people are bringing their spouse and their kids, they want 3 hours. They want to know when the best 3 hours to show up is.
Yeah.
So, we can do that at big events, but then they show up at 7 p.m. expecting to watch jet cars go down at 9, and jet cars don't go down till 11. Dude,
And
the kids are wiped out, and then they leave because they're pissed because they're like, dude, we came here for the jet cars. I've been talking about how cool jet cars are to my kids for 2 weeks. I mean, I get to see jet cars.
yeah, and for them and my two kids to come to Six Summer on Sunday, there was testing on Sunday. It was $120 for the three of them to get in or something. You
Yeah.
know, but again, it's the same but different, right? Like they weren't there necessarily to watch the racing. They were there to, come support me, watch me do all
Mhm.
that. But the cost is still the same. It's still a gate fee to get in, regardless
Yeah.
of why
And
you're
and
there
they're
and however
there.
long you stay there.
Yeah, they're there because you're interested in it. They want to spend time with you. They want to
Right.
see what the hell does he see in all this stuff. That's what they're there for. I mean, my
Yeah.
kids don't go to a lot of car stuff with. If I'm driving to an event, they're like, hell no, leave me
Right.
alone. So, but anyways, this is a great conversation. It's one
It
that
is.
needs to be had quite often. I'm Man, it would be great to have some promoters on. The struggle for promoters is that we just don't. I mean, it's very hard to make money at an event, and that puts a lot of times sour taste in your mouth. You want to bitch, and I don't want to bitch, but I'm telling you, when you put as much effort as we put into events, and you have less than 100 people show up as spectators, you're like, holy shit, what have I done with my life? Like,
True that.
even my racers didn't bring people with them. Like, man, it just pisses me off, makes my blood pressure rise. So, anyways, let's move on to fun stuff. Big shout out to Howard's cams, dude. I love you, Luke B. The cam in the old truck, rock solid, bro. I'm so excited. I'm getting that thing figured out. We got the Deechworks pump in it now, rewire for it. It's been great. Now I just gotta get the speed limiter turned off so we can do bigger, gnarlier burnouts. So, all right, man. Tell us what you found on Racing Junk this week.
Yep, let's roll into the last segment here. Racing Junk Classified is the official buy-sell partner of Drag Driver P and your go-to destination for everything from race cars to trailers, engines, and more. With thousands of listings updated daily, you are sure to find exactly what you need to fuel your passion. So join the Racing Junk community today and experience the ultimate marketplace for gearheads just like us. All right, so today we've got a couple here that we're going to show, and the first one we have is this. A 1966 Chevelle streetcar drag and drive, 55,000. Check that
Nice.
bad boy out. Only 3 photos, which you know how I feel about photos.
Damn, that's a nice car.
This was only posted 4 days ago and is in Mackinac, Illinois, so not far from me. It's a 66 Chevelle 300 Deluxe original 230 6-cylinder car with 48,000 miles, owned since 1986. It's a true 8, possibly even a 7-second street car that makes over 1,100 horse and 1,100 torque on 13 pounds of boost and 3 magazine features.
Damn.
It's not a show car. Paint is lacquer from the 70s, has dings and scratches. I call it my 50-foot car. It's a fast, small tire street car, all steel except for the hood and bumpers, which they still have the originals. Approximately 3,400 pounds, race ready. They said, I'm selling it as I've accomplished all my goals with this car and ready for a new challenge. The best 533 at 137, 122 60 foot at 16 pounds. Lots of potential as we're using low boost and timing, street driven on 93 octane, track on C16, entered Drag Week 2017 and 2021.
Wow.
And like, I could keep going. This write-up is incredible. Owned the car since 86. It's been through a few versions. It's current version for over 6 years. It's a 582 cubic inch big block Chevy with an F2 Pro Charger and 850 CERT, 850 chromoly cage inside the car with swing out bars. Underside all 25 3-spec chromoly. It just needs a funny car cage and a few others to be certed to a 25 whatever.
Wow.
But like, I'm not going to read all this because there is an absolute ton
Look
of
at that,
information.
dude. What a hell of an incredible write-up.
Yeah, links to articles, hot rod article, street cars, lights out 11, videos, YouTube videos. Like,
Wow. That's a hell of a find.
yeah,
I
55
feel like that's a heck of a car too.
for 55. I feel like you're getting a 8-second, possibly 7-second street car that somebody's owned since 86. I mean, this person has owned this car for 40 years.
That's crazy. Cody Ham has the Short Circuit has not sold out yet. Blows my mind.
So this one was super cool. I really enjoyed this one, reading through it.
Wow. Man, I feel like that's a deal. Don't delete that. I want to post that on the page.
Okay. And then the second one here is
Mm.
also a very beautiful car, a 1967 twin turbo Nova for 67.5. This one is in Springfield, Missouri. Again, 3 photos, but this thing is just, it looks
A
right.
great color. And dude, is that a 64 Impala on Dayton's next to it? I need to know this person. Dude, that's awesome.
Not as much on here for this one, but a 67 Nova 408 twin 72s Dominator Glide Transbrake 4-link air-to-water intercooler Pro Dash TMI seats, new interior being installed currently. It's a cool cruiser or drag and drive, not a show car. Looks good. Driver quality, currently on E85 with 20 PSI. Hasn't been on the track or the dyno, which we need to get that changed real quick. 67.5, no trades.
Dude, and you live in Springfield, bro. Like Ozark's right down the street, man.
Yeah.
Wow. And then I have breaking news after we finish with this. That's a great car.
All right. Those are the found on Racing Junk for today.
Wow. How cool. Well, big shout out to Tyler West at Racing Junk Classifieds. Man, we appreciate them and their support. They send out our stuff in their emails every week. So appreciate them. Dude, I just noticed the green hat shows up blue on the I just noticed that. Okay, real quick. Breaking news. Brian, chop this up. You ready for this? Breaking news. Eric doesn't even know about this because this is a special thing this morning. Are you ready for this?
Bring it on. Tell me about it.
Rovic is setting up a 3-day drag and drive event. The man that has done a ton of drag and drives is now going to be part of the team putting one on. He said he's driving back from Big Sky Race Week. I'll tell you more, but check out the website. Let me put it in here. He said, sorry, I'm dropping. This is the link. It has a form of interest or expression of interest on it that will help modify and base the classes on based on what the expression of interest is. Okay. So he said, open for expression of interest. We're going to modify the classes based on the interest in each class. He said, so they will change. They're not set in stone. So if you have updates, hit up Rajveer Ahuja on Facebook. Let him know what you want to see, but go to the site. Okay. Go to the site. Let's get them some traction today. I said, oh man, can I announce it on the news this morning? He said, yes, please do. He said, I'm driving all day, so very low communication. He said, but the expression of interest is to find what type of cars and classes people want. Now, I haven't even been to the website yet. I put the link in there, haven't even seen it. That could have been really bad, right? Upper and lower Canada drag and drive. Dude, it's in French or something. I don't know. I can't read any of this. Oh, here we go. It's English here. It says Upper and Lower Canada Drag and Drive is proposed multi-day streetcar event. Competitors race at the drag strip, complete designated road routes, and return. He said this event is based in Naperville and Luskville. I don't know where that's at. It looks like Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday type thing. Yep, registration and technical inspection on Thursday, and then racing Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I love it. Classes 550 exhibition, 950 ET quarter mile, 1050, 1150 indexes. So 950, 1050, 1150 index. Dial your own. Hard tire, dial your own. Love that. Truck, dial your own. Unlimited, and then stick shift are kind of the classes that are set up right now. And then they have a show and shine, which would be like the 6 spit and shine type deal, I think. So you want to experience drag and drive without racing on the strip? The follow along program lets you join the participants, complete with official road routes, and enjoy the full weekend atmosphere. How cool. 25 vehicles will be selected by the organizers. Oh, yeah. Wow. Interested applicants will be asked to submit a vehicle photo and short description. So, yeah, you got to be picked to be in the Cool Kids Club. Love that. Yeah, street legal, all the normal rules there. So, again, you can find that Upper Lower Canada DND.ca. Breaking news. How cool is that?
That'll be pretty sweet.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Let me see here. Richard Kennison saying, yeah, he's in the wrong one. Okay. Easy enough. I'll move him over here shortly. Okay. Cool. Dude, great show today.
Yeah.
Should we just extend this thing to an hour and a half? I can't quit talking.
No.
Not today, but like in the future. We start at 8:30 and go to 10. Yeah, sorry.
Each class winner will receive an NHRA Wally trophy.
Whoa, sweet.
All right.
That's
all
cool.
right. Well, let's wrap this thing up here. Again, appreciate all of our race car friends that have been here all morning making comments. Everybody driving back from Big Sky Race Week, everybody signing up for the short circuit. Again, thank you to all of our race car friends and our sponsors. Once again, we've got affiliate links, we've got discount codes. We can get you in contact with somebody at any one of these companies. So please reach out. Thank you to Summit Racing Equipment, Deechworks, Molly Motorsports, Driven Racing Oil, Howard's Cams, J-Wire Solutions, AFCO Racing Products, Performabuilt Transmissions, Car Chains 3D, Low Dollar Motorsports, Power Tube TV, and Racing Junk. And we will see you guys on Wednesday evening
for the Aussie invasion.
That's right.
Bring it on. Later.